Yeah, good evening. Please, if you can hear me, just drop a comment. Good evening, everybody. Please, if you can hear me, just kindly drop a comment in the comment section. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Okay, so I'm really sorry we're starting late. So many things were beyond our control, and just had to make sure that there was light and other things. So, okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, so please, if you are live, just kindly let me know. You can drop a comment that you're live so that I can see it. So by 7:15, once again, I apologize for starting late. There are different factors beyond us. So 7:15 will start. Okay, so it's 7:15. Without wasting much of our time, I think I'm going to get started immediately. My name is Chukwucha Ikedichodais. I'm the convener of the Quantum Limb Summit, which is going to be going now. And I'll be here to talk about the CV optimization as well as the job seeking strategies that you need to put in place so you can get a job quickly this year. So that was too much of our time. I'll just go into it. So I'm going to go into why I had to do this particular summit. So why did I choose to do this summit? So the reason why I did this summit um, was because before the year started, I was trying to go through the goals that I had in mind. So I was trying to go through some goals, and when I checked, I found out that okay, I had the goals, I had them written down, but I didn't know the way forward. So what's the next thing to do? I just didn't know how to go about it. And I felt, okay, if I'm going to be dealing with this, I feel that there are other persons out there who are also dealing with this too. There could be other persons out there who are also dealing with how do I get started? I've written my goals down. Okay, what's the next thing? How do I achieve these goals? Because it's one thing to write down your goals, it's one thing to know what to do to get your goals achieved. Okay. You could know the way to the city, but you could not know how to go to the city. There is a difference between knowing the way to the city and then there's a difference between knowing how to get to the city. So those are two different things. So because of that, I had to bring this out. So it's called the Quantum Leap, and this summit is something that I promise you that if you submit yourself to the teachings of the coaches and the teachers and do not omit to apply all that they have taught you, you are definitely going to get to the summit of your career. That's one thing I promise everybody here. So since we are good to go, so if you are online, if you can hear me, please just kindly put down in the comments that you can hear me. Or write connected so that I can go connected. If you can hear me, if my audio is okay, so that I can go ahead. Let me not be speaking to myself. So if you can hear me, please kindly just notify. Put down in the comments connected so that I can know that okay, I'm not alone. All right. So put down in the comments. Erica, welcome. I can see your comments. NGO, I don't know what that means. But if you can hear me, please just kindly put down in the comments that you can hear me or write connected so that I can kick off. So I'll not be speaking to myself. Okay. So now I don't want to really go down straight into the CV optimization because the CV optimization is one thing. I could teach you how to optimize the CV now, but then that will not do you any good if you don't know how to use the CV effectively. All right, there are different. It's one thing to have a good CV. It's one thing to know what to do to your CV. So just like I said, you could have your plans, but if you do not know how to go about your plans, your plans are still going to be written. They are still going to be wishes. All right, so you could have a loaded gun, fully loaded. Everything is working well. There are bullets, but if you don't know what to shoot, then the gun is also a waste. Okay. You could have an arrow, a bow, but if you don't know what your target is, again, your quiver full of arrows is going to be a waste. So I'm not going to just jump and start teaching you about the CV optimization. I'm going to teach you how to get to the CV optimization, what to do when you get to the CV optimization. The very first thing, and I've had a lot of persons meet me, Jedi, please help me to do my CV and all that and all that. And again, they are clueless. They don't know how to go about their CV. You tell them, okay, what do you want me to write a CV about? And they don't know. They start telling you things like please just write a CV for any job. No, that is very, very wrong. A CV is supposed to be tailor-made for a particular job. You're supposed to have the particular type of job that you are actually applying for in your mind first before you even do anything. You don't just go to the market because you just want to buy an issue. I mean, that could work. If you want to buy an issue, that could work, but then you're going to be confused. But if you're going to the market because you have a particular shoe in mind that you want to buy, then it makes it easy because that way you know what you're going to select. you know where to go and find that particular shoe. You can tell them, okay, I'm looking for a service shoe. They will tell you, okay, this place is the place that they sell boots. Why not go further? Then you can see the service shoes or something like that. But one thing is noted, one thing is for sure, that as long as you have in mind what you want, it's easy to get it. Okay, so there is what I always advise anybody who wants to get a job, or who wants to get a job, or who wants to do their CV, is to first of all have a career goal. So what kind of career are you looking for? What kind of CV do you want? What kind of job are you seeking? That is very, very, very important. So the kind of job you're seeking is going to help whoever it is that's going to write your CV. It might not be me, it might be someone else. Of course, there are other persons who do CV out there. I might not even be the best, but there are thousands of persons who do CV out there, and they are willing to do the CV for you. Even some, you can even go to a cyber cafe, and when you go to a cyber cafe, they would do the CV for you within minutes. But then it's not going to be optimized because they're just going to edit a formal CV that is there. So there's so many things that you have to put into place, which I have written down before you do your CV. Now, the very first thing that you need to put into place is what I call a career map. You have a career map. Now, the career map is what guides you on the kind of job that you want. For instance, let's say I'm going to use let's use, for the sake of this summit, let's try to use a business manager, all right? Let's try to use the business manager. So a business manager is a career that somebody is aspiring to have or aspiring to get. Okay, you know that you cannot just become a business manager. You have to start from somewhere. You can start as an intern, you can start as probably an administrative head, or you can start as even a supervisor, you can start as maybe a clerk, but you cannot just become a business manager. But then you have to know where you're climbing from. You have to know what you're going to do. How do you go about it? What are the things that you're supposed to do? All right. There are many things that a business manager is supposed to have. So many qualifications, so many certifications, so many requirements. But the career map is going to help you to know that. So you can come and meet somebody and tell somebody, okay, I want the CV of a job service representative, a CSR. And that will also help the person to know what kind of things he's going to put. Because, okay, well, you're going to learn a lot of things about the CV optimization, which I'm going to share very soon. But before you do the CV optimization, it's always good to have a career in mind. Now, some people might say, okay, I'm clueless. I don't know how to go about a career. There are so many jobs I'm aspiring for. And that's a good thing. You can aspire for 2 jobs. That's a good thing. But that just means that your CV is going to be 2, or your CV is going to be done in a way that it can actually show that you are looking for these 2 particular jobs. All right. So we're going to go into the career map. So how do you find your career? Now you can find your career from your education. Some people have gone to school and they have learned, you have learned something. You have learned that this is how school works. This is how this is supposed to be. This is how this and that is supposed to be. So you have gone to school, you have gotten a BSc in a particular expertise or a particular branch or niche, and you want to get a job in that particular niche. That's good. I studied maritime transport and business management in school, but that has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. So it might work for other persons, it might not work for you, but there's some person that they are head bent or head bent, sorry, on what they want. Like they know that this is what they want. You can go to school to become a lawyer and you find out, okay, this is what I really, really want. And so because of that, you just want to get a job that's related to law. So you have to tell your CV in a way that yes, this is what I want, this is what I want to get. And then so education is one of the best places to start when you're doing your CV with what you are qualified to do or what you have gone to school to learn how to do. Now, the next thing again is your expertise. What are you an expert or what are you hoping to become an expert in? Now, your CV would help you to do, you can choose a career based on what you want to be an expert in. I want to be an expert when it comes to sales and marketing. Okay, so that's what I'm using right now. I'm using a CV that is based on my expertise. I have different CVs for different things. I have a CV for my social media management. I have a CV for my maritime transport related jobs if I'm actually seeking a job in that regard. And I also have a CV that's also telling me for marketing, and I have a CV that's telling me for business management, which is again my education, what I studied in school. So yes, you can choose a CV based on your expertise or what you are hoping to become an expert in. So you can choose a career based on your expertise. You can choose a career based on your education, what you have qualifications on, and you can also choose a career based on your passion. So I never really started marketing because I wanted to start marketing. I started marketing because I was passionate about it. I started marketing because this is something that I feel like I don't know, I feel like I love to help people position themselves strategically so that their perceived value can be seen by their target audience. And I don't know, that's something that is just, I don't know, it's something I just love. So it works for me. I don't know about others, but yes, it works for me. So I go with that. So passion, you can have a career based on the passion. Um, Yesterday I was opportunity to do a CV for a lady who stays in Ukraine, and she's studying medicine, but that's not the CV I did for her. The CV I did for her was towards customer service representative, because that's what she's passionate about. Yes, and again, okay, I'm gonna answer some questions, but then again, so that's what she was passionate about, and so she decided to do a CV in that regard, and that was because she was targeting a job in that aspect. All right. Okay, so the next thing I have here is networking. All right. Before you have a CV optimized, you have to network yourself. I want you to know that right now that the job, whatever job it is, think of a particular job in your head that you are seeking for, that you want. I want you to know that that particular job has somebody right now is looking for somebody in that particular area. So let's say, for instance, you want to become um, a digital marketer. Somebody right now is looking for a digital marketer, and you could be the best person for that job, but because you have not yet positioned yourself strategically, the person can't see you, or the person does not even know you exist. So you're not going to get that job, which is why I always say that getting a CV is not just the only part of job seeking. You have to network yourself strategically. You have to have visibility. You have to have yourself positioned in a way that yes, people know that this thing is what I want. Okay, this thing is what I'm going out for. So you have to position yourself in a way that yes, people know that yes, when it comes when they're looking for somebody in their mind. Look, for instance, I had a friend that was this morning that was looking for somebody that a female that had an experience in clearing and forwarding, and the person wanted the person to start work immediately. Now I thought so much of somebody who had clearing and forwarding experience, and I couldn't find, because truly I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And that's how that offer just went. I really don't know, honestly. I don't. But assuming somebody had maybe told me that okay, I have experience in this, I'm looking for a job in that regard, that person would have been the first person to pop up in my head. But because I had no idea, that job is still probably vacant or somewhere. I don't know if they've chosen somebody for the job, but the job is probably vacant somewhere. I really don't know. Honestly, I don't. So, but one thing I always tell people is that visibility is key. Somebody out there needs to hire you, and because they don't know you, you're not going to get a job. So there are different ways to network. You can network through the social media. Um, Very soon, Ifoma is going to be coming up to teach us about. She's going to be coming up to teach us about LinkedIn optimization, and that's just one of the many ways that you can position yourself in a way that people know that you have the value that you need. Facebook is also a very good way to get. I got my recent job through Facebook. Yeah, most of you are on Facebook, but you don't know that there is a section on Facebook for jobs. Well, most of you don't know, or either most of you belittle it. So most people don't know that there is a section on Facebook for jobs. So most times they either abandon it or they belittle it, and then somebody else gets the job, or the job stays there hanging. The advert could last for days, weeks, without somebody clicking on it. Even I won't lie. I'm not gonna lie. Even when I saw the job that I even clicked on Facebook, I felt like let me just understand how this thing works. So I didn't even do it because I was going to get a job. I was doing it because I was trying to test the waters. I was trying to find out, okay, when next I'm going to teach somebody about Facebook jobs. How does it work? Little did I know that Facebook job will be the thing that will land me my current job. Okay, so many people don't tap into the Facebook aspect of job or search for jobs on Facebook like that, and that's just one of the many ways. There is a way that you can also position yourself on Facebook through content marketing. I'll not be talking about that today because that on in itself is a very, very large topic. So I'm not going to be talking about that today. So there's a way to position yourself on Facebook through your content marketing and value that you give, that people know that okay, when it comes to certain aspects, this person is the this person is the best person for this job. All right. So there's a way that you can position yourself and people know that okay, yes, what this is what this is the person that we need, all right, because you have shown a lot the value that you can provide. And the 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 um the turning point for me when getting a job on Facebook was that apart from the fact that the person saw me on Facebook, the person had to go through my Facebook profile. And the person saw a lot of my content and the person was impressed. And that was how I got the job. So that's one of the things that Facebook does for you that other platforms might not actually do that for you. Okay. CV is supposed to be at least a page, at most 2 pages, but at least maximize it to be a page, even if it means getting a designer to design it for you. There are lots of different platforms that I'm going to be sharing that you can take advantage of. Okay, there are lots of different things that you can do that you can take advantage of, and then that would also help you to that will also help you to that will also help you to show yourself worthy or as the person that is best person for that job. So, but I'm going to be talking about some of them. So, networking now, another way you can also take advantage of networking is by um, joining associations. Okay, now I'm going to give you an example of one. There are many of them out there. All right, there are so many of them out there. But I'm going to give you an example of one. Now there is a Christian body known as the Full Gospel Businessmen um, Christian Fellowship. I don't know if I got that right, but it starts with the Full Gospel Businessmen. Now that is an association of businessmen. They don't criticize. So you can join there as a copper and you know that at least 90 to 80% of everybody there is working. All right. You can network yourself there. You can show yourself valuable there. Network with persons there. Obviously, you are networking with people who are already working. All right. So it is very, 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 very easy to. It is very, 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 very easy for you to you know network with somebody that can give you a job there. So if you spend time there, keep coming for like maybe a month or 2 months, and the person sees that okay, you are a promising young man or a promising young lady, and okay now, the fact that it's called full gospel businessmen does not mean that ladies are exempted. Ladies can come in, but it's just called businessmen because it's strictly for business persons. So like I said, you can go there, join their groups. I think they have fellowship. Different chapters have their fellowship on different days, so you just have to choose which one that you want to go to. If you're staying in Port Harcourt, there's a particular fellowship somewhere around Rumola. There's one at Presidential. There's one at GRA. There's one at OGRA. So there are different chapters. So you can just walk into any of them, familiarize yourself with any of them, and then whenever they have a job, they will just come and pick you immediately. And they will first of all look for people who are within themselves. That's how to strategically position yourself. Now, apart from that, we have other platforms like the Jobberman, the Jobomas, the LinkedIn. LinkedIn can send you notifications of jobs that you need, right? We have Indeed. We have thousands of platforms where you can submit your CVs, or a platform where you can put on notifications and then you'll be notified of whenever a job that you're seeking, a particular job that you're seeking is coming out from. You can just jump into it. All right. So another way to show visibility is by commenting on relevant posts. Now, I did a comment on Stripe Masiwa. Most of you might not know Stripe Masiwa. Stripe Masiwa is a Zimbabwean businessman. He's well known. I think he's the owner of Econet. Yeah, he's owner of Econet, CEO of Econet, founder. So he founded Econet, and I did a comment on his post, and that comment got about 150 likes. And I think I was able to connect with about 5 persons that day. So most times, I know most people are very fond of when you go to Facebook, you just go there, you chat, and you just go out. You see somebody post something, you don't even comment on the person's post. Apart from the fact that commenting on someone's post helps the algorithm to make you visible to that person. So for instance, I have a friend and the friend's name is Louis. Louis is going to be coming in very soon. He's going to be coming in very soon to teach writers how to publish well, monetize their writing skills. So he's going to come. He's an expert in that. So he's going to be coming in next tomorrow, 26th. We'll have him by 8:30. Now, I'm a friend of Louis, and every time I comment on Louis' post, and every time Louis comments on my post, so Facebook has a way of saying, okay, since Jedi's always posts comments on Louis' post, anytime Louis makes a post, I'm notified that he makes a post, and anytime I make a post, Louis is notified that I've made a post, and that's the beauty of commenting on people's post. But then you have to comment something relevant. Don't just go and comment for commenting sake. Thanks, you're welcome, I found value. And as important as all those comments are, there is more to it. You can drop 1 or 2 points, you can drop 1 or 2 suggestions, you can drop questions. There are some people that love to be asked questions about what they have posted. They like to see different perspective. Not everybody's like that. Okay, not everybody's like that. There's some people that when you ask questions, they feel like you're not serious. But there's some person that want you to ask them questions on their comments. Someone like me, I'm that kind of person. That I love people to ask me questions. Okay, I love people to ask me questions regarding things that I know that I'm an expert in. This knowledge is not going to go with me to heaven. I don't need it in heaven. You don't need a job in heaven, right? So, but the only way to tap that knowledge out of that person is by commenting and asking relevant questions. A friend will say, don't ask questions that you can find on Google. Ask questions that are related to what the person said, and you feel that the person is the person that can give you a concise reply or a concise body of knowledge to that question. So comment on comment on relevant people's posts, not relevant people, sure, everybody, but just try to make comments that are relevant. Because somebody can see a comment that you made on he or her friends, on his or her friends post, and feel like you have sense. You might not have sense, really, but because of that comment, somebody will feel like, okay, you have sense, and because of that, they would want to patronize you or want to give you a job. Yes, there are persons that have gotten jobs just like that. Yeah. Emmanuel Ndoka, a very popular guy on LinkedIn, is known for that. He was able to secure a mentorship with Tony Elumelu by commenting on Tony Elumelu and posting stuff about him, and that was how he was able to get Tony Elumelu's attention. All right. Chimmark again, the founder of Chimmark, um, I forgot his name. I think it's Maxwell. I can't remember his name anymore. But he was able to get the mentorship of Tony Elumelu by commenting on Tony Elumelu's post, and that comment got about 500 likes as the last time I checked it, and that was how he was able to be selected as those who are going to be mentored by Tony Elumelu himself, the CEO of Hair Holdings and BBA. So, all right, so try to make relevant comments. All right, that's one of the ways to do it. And then there's something that Nigerians have not really tapped into. That's what we call outsourcing firms. Okay, there are firms that stand as a bridge between the job seeker and those who are looking for the job. So those firms, those people stand in between. They stand like the middleman. So what they do is that they take your CV and then they find the kind of job that you want. And then when those people, job seekers, come to meet them and then they're looking for that job that you applied for, the first person that they recommend is you. Now we have some of them. We have Halogen, we have Doheny Services, we have Doheny Services, we have Halogen, I'm trying to remember one. Excel Minds. There are a whole lot of them, but this is a market that's not really been tapped. So we have a whole lot of these outsourcing firms out there who are ready to, just give you that job. But all you just need to do is register with them. Sometimes some of them might take the amount of money from you for registering with them. Some of them might strike a deal with you, probably half of your first salary. Some of them might tell you that, okay, we'll take a certain percentage of the salary that you're going to be paid while you're working for a certain period of years. There are different ways to it. There are different levels to it. I cannot really say that this is what it is. All right. So, but there are different levels to the kind of agreements that they have with whosoever it is that is doing a job. But the better thing there is that you want a job and they are willing to give you that job. They are just willing to strike a deal with you, provided you are ready to do what they want. All right. So you strike a deal with them, sure, you get the deal. So outsourcing firms is something that people really need to look into. Now, I did a post about outsourcing firms, and I'm going to post that on the Telegram group chat. On the Telegram group, if you're in the Telegram group, I'm going to drop a content or a link to the content that I did about outsourcing firms so they can get to know how it works. I'm trying to save time. Now, to the CV proper. Now, the full meaning of a CV is curriculum vitae, all right? It's something that was gotten, it's a Latin word that means the course of life. So somebody wants to know about you, all they need to do is to glance through your CV. Of course, they might not really know you that well, but the fact that they want to get to know you, they want to at least see something that has to do with what you do. And so the best way to do that is to go through your CV, or the best way to do that is to glance through your CV to see what it is that you have actually done. What are your achievements? Where have you studied? Where did you learn what you say you could do? Where are the places that you have practiced what you say you could do? All right. Who are you? So the CV has four primary aspects. The CV has four primary aspects. It has the bio data, it has the career profile or the background summary, and then it has educational background, then it has the experience, the job experience background, all right? The actual experience comes before the education. I'm going to explain again. So the CV has one, the bio data, where you say what you can do, say who you are. You tell us your date of birth, your sex. Religion doesn't really matter. Ethnicity does not really matter. Just tell us your name in capital figures and in bold figures on top of the CV. Tell us your date of birth. Tell us your LinkedIn profile or your website. If you do have a website, tell us your website. Tell us your sex. Um, then tell us. I think those are the major things: your date of birth, your sex, your name, and then your profile, your email address, your LinkedIn profile, or your website. So that's what the bio data captures. Now, the second aspect of the CV is a career profile. A career profile is where you write your elevator pitch. Now, if you have been in any of my classes, I would say this over and over again. Now, a lot of career profiles will have stuff like seeking to serve in a place where there are many, where they are seeking to serve in a place where I can grow and build my value. That's not what the job seeker is asking you of. Job seeker is asking you what can you bring to the table, right? And that's where you sell yourself a little bit and the career profile. So the career profile has to have your elevator pitch. Now the elevator pitch is consists of four things, all right? It consists of your name, what you do, okay, who you are, number one, what you do, two, who you do it for, three, and what makes you better than others who do the same thing, four. So I'll repeat that again. Your elevator pitch or your career profile on your CV should contain four things. It should contain who you are or what you can do, who you do it for, and then what makes you better than others who do the same thing. So I'll explain. Now, I can say that I'm a sales and marketing strategist with 2 year experience. I help people to position themselves strategically so that their perceived value can be seen by their target audience. And I do this through storytelling, copywriting, and content marketing. All right. So that way I've been able to say who I am, my experience, what I do, and who I do it for. So I help people, remember. I could say I help people and companies, or I could say I help NGOs, I could say I help certain enterprises, I could say I help certain classes of people, I could say I help sellers, I could say I help entrepreneurs, I could say I help, just who do you do it for? Then I will now say why I'm better than others who do the same thing. So somebody can help you to position yourself strategically for um so that your perceived audience can be seen by others through ads. I don't run ads. I do mine through content marketing. I do mine through offering strategies. I do mine through teaching. I do mine through giving value, which is, of course, what content marketing revolves around, all right? So, how do you give value to the people that you say you give value to? So, I do mine through storytelling, that's brand storytelling, content marketing, and then copywriting. So this is how I offer the value that I offer. So other persons can have other means by which they help you to position yourself strategically. I don't know about them, but this is how I am able to help you to position yourself strategically. So that's what the career profile is all about. Now the next thing on the CV is your experience. All right, you tell us about your experience. So where have you worked? Now it is one thing to tell us where you have worked, and another thing to tell us what you did where you have worked. So for instance, you could tell us that yes, you have. Let's say, for instance, I worked at AXA Mansart. The job seeker does not want to know what I did, what where I worked per se, but he wants to know what I did where I worked, and that is what the CV should be able to tell. So, for instance, tell me, I tell the job seeker that I worked at AXA Mansart as a sales advisor. So, what did you do? So that's where you go ahead to explain. So, okay, I helped the company to increase their budget by 20%. Let's say the budget of the company was about 100 million, and then I was able to bring in about 1 million. So 1 million out of 100 million could be like 1%. So I was able to help them to achieve 1% of, I'm just saying, for instance, right? So let's say the company I was working with wanted to have 50 customers and I was able to give them 20 customers. That means I was able to help them achieve their goals by almost 45%. All right. So you have to tell your job seeker how you helped the former company that you helped, and please quantify it. All right. It has to be quantifiable. Tell us that you increased their sales by maybe 10%, 2%, 15%, or tell us that you help them to increase the way that they were able to store their data by improving on the data collection or improving on their data analysis, whatever it is, right? So quantify what is it that you did for your former company or your current company, so that the job seeker can know that, okay, when we bring this person into this place, this person is going to help us to achieve so and so and so, all right? Now the next thing after the job experience, now always in the job experience, always start from your most recent job. So when you're writing your job experience on your CV, make sure that you start from your most recent job. So you start from um, the job that you're currently doing to the job that you did last before the one that you're currently doing to the one that you did. Just take it from the current one to the first job that you ever got. So that's how you write your job experience. After the job experience, we go to the educational experience. So the educational experience is where you tell us where you learned what you say you could do. So I can say that I went to Maritime Academy of Nigeria Oran and I learned business management. And again, just like I said, the job experience should be, you should start from your most recent educational qualification to your least educational qualifications. Now, I do not advise people to put their primary school. It's not advisable because obviously your primary school did not do anything to help you. Sorry, your primary school did not do anything to actually help you gain the knowledge that you need for that particular job. So there's no need putting it there. And sometimes some job seekers don't really care actually. Whether you went to Edikaikon primary school, they don't care, provided they know that you can deliver the job for them. So primary schools are not really advisable to put into the CV. Put your university and your secondary school at most. Those are the two that are um, advisable to put into your CV. Now, after the educational background, you can now put your achievements. So let's say maybe I'm an author. So sometimes I could put that I'm an author of certain books. I can put certain projects that I've done with certain companies on my CV. But then, like I said, the CV is not supposed to be more than 2 pages, at most 2 pages. But then, just try to make sure that it sticks to 1 page because the job seeker does not have that time to start going through a lot of 3 pages. I mean, or 4 pages because of your CV. Remember, you're not the only applicant who's applying for that job. There are other persons who submitted their CV, and the job seeker is looking for somebody who is competent as quickly as possible. All right. So that said, you have to put your achievements, and I think that's it. Now, there's something else I want to talk about. I want to talk about cover letters and then letters of interest. All right. So now, a letter of interest is a letter that you write to a company that has not yet advertised. That means this company has not yet advertised that they want somebody. So you can just come in there and state why you're interested in the company, why you want to work for the company, and then that gives you the leverage that you need over other persons. So yes, you can do that. You can write a letter stating the interest that you have in a particular job in that particular company. That's one. And then the cover letter is a letter that you write to sell yourself in front of those who are going to employ you. So in the cover letter, you sell yourself exhaustively and extensively. Talk about everything they have done. That is where you can express yourself. You don't need to express yourself so much on your CV, but in the cover letter, you can express yourself very, very well, as much as possible. Of course, you have to write your address, write the address of the company they're addressing to, and then write the caption, and then sell yourself. Start from your name. It's just like the elevator pitch, but then a bigger way of the elevator pitch. But then you have to sell yourself exhaustively. Tell the company why they need you. All right. In the cover letter, you have to sell yourself extensively. Tell the company what they are missing if they don't employ you. So sometimes we make the work easy for the job seekers. All right. Sometimes we don't sell ourselves extensive enough that the job seekers know that okay, this person is not the person that we need. All right. Sometimes you help the job seeker to reduce their stress. But I want you to be able to sell yourself in a way that you make the hiring function very, very stressful for the job seeker. In a way that the job seeker is going to look at this application and say, I want to. This guy said that he can give us this. This one said they can give us this. Who do we go? You can sell yourself extensively in a way that even when they are going to tell you no, they don't want to work with you, all right, they could send it with an apology. Yes, they can do that. I've gotten so many emails that they'll tell me, they'll first of all compliment my CV. They'll tell you, okay, Jedi's, your CV was one of the best that we had, but you had a tough time, maybe because of experience, that's why we are letting you go, or probably because of you submitted late, we have already gotten somebody, and it's going to be hard to tell the person that we don't want you anymore, you submitted late. I've gotten that one of late, I've gotten that of um experience, right? There are sometimes that you submit your CV for a job, you are so good for the job that they will not give you, they will not just give you a rejection letter like every other person, they will give you a rejection letter with an apology. Yes, your CV can be that good that you can actually get a rejection with an apology, and they might even tell you, okay, please just stick around, all right, so that when we need somebody that has this particular thing that you can offer to us, we're going to recommend you. So you could be that good, you could make your CV that good. Yes, you can. So again, another thing I noticed that people do wrongly is that they send their CV with an empty email body letter. Please don't do that. Don't just send your CV. Someone will tell you send your CV to this email. You just attach your CV alone and send it. Please don't do that. Don't do that, please. Don't. Always try to make sure that you write a body letter. You could copy and paste your cover letter, the way you wrote your cover letter. You can copy it and paste it on the body of the email and then attach it and also put a heading, a very good attractive heading. So you can say, okay, application for the post of a sales manager, application for the post of a business manager. You can put that as the heading, then sell yourself extensively on the body of the email, and then attach your cover letter and your CV, however you want to do it. All right. So that can work, or that always works, than just submitting your CV empty without anything. That doesn't feel right. So please, I think I'm done. I think my session is done for the day. So please, if you have any message, questions, please type them in the comment section so that I can address them before I leave. We're going to have Ifoma coming by 8:30. So she's going to be coming by 8:30. So by 8:30, just hang around. 8:30, we're going to send the link on the Telegram group chat, and then you can click on it, and then we're good to go. So if you have any questions regarding what I've said, or any questions regarding something that I didn't mention, you feel like I didn't mention it and it's important to you, please type the questions in the comment section and I will attend to them. All right. Okay, I'm still waiting. Okay. Okay, so I will just go through the points that I've mentioned here. So the first thing I said was that in seeking a job, the very first thing to do is to have a career map. Okay, have a career map, that have a career that you're aiming. Don't just write a CV for writing CV sake. Some people make the mistake of writing CVs and then they use the CV to submit to different jobs. So they said, I'm looking for the role of a teacher, you submit it there. I'm looking for the role of an author, you submit it there. I'm looking for a chairman, an engineer. They will send CV that you use for teaching, you submit it for engineering. No, no, that's not how to work with the CV. So yes, make a CV Solomon. You can have a lot of CVs. It not if it means paying somebody to do a CV for you, yes, I charge high. Yes, I charge high when I want to make CV, but it's because I know the value I'm giving to my CV. Now you can choose to do it any other place. No problem. I don't have an offense. I don't have anything against you. I'm not offended. There are some people that even do way higher than I do because I'm very soon. I'm planning to take the price of my CV writing high. So some people could do a CV for you for 3K, some people can do it for you for 2K, some people can do it for you for 1K, some people can do it for 5K. I charge 5 to 6K depending on the urgency and the expertise. All right. So always make sure that you are armed with a career goal. Okay. And I told you that you can find your career based on your education, what you studied in school. You can find your career based on your expertise, what you want to become an expert in, or what you're already an expert in. And then you can find a career based on something that you're passionate about. So yes, you can find a career based on something that you're passionate about. And then when you find that career group, look out for what are the requirements, what are the requirements that you need, what are the certifications that it needs. Let's say for instance, I want to become a business manager. What are the certifications that a business manager needs? What are the institutes? Is there an institute I'm supposed to join? For instance, you have to become a chartered accountant, you have to join ICANN. To become a chartered human resource manager, you have to join CIPM. So there are different institutes for different job roles. So yes, find those ones and then stick with them. Um, you even if you don't know the requirements for the career goal that you're looking out for, find someone who is on LinkedIn, on Facebook, connect with them, ask them questions. Tell them, sir, please, I want to be a business manager like you. I admire you and I love the way you do your things. Please, what are the requirements? What advice would you give someone who is trying to go into this niche? Of course, they'll be willing to help you. Yes, a lot of them would. Yeah, so again, I talked about networking. So you can network using social media handles, you can network using organizations, institutes, you can network using different job seeking platforms like Jobberman, Jobomas, Indeed, LinkedIn, right? So there are a lot of them. So you can network yourself there, and then you can take advantage of outsourcing firms. Like that's the third thing I mentioned. Take advantage of outsourcing firms. There are a lot of them. There's Halogen, there is Doheny Services, there is Excel Minds. There are a whole lot. You can just browse outsourcing firms in your location, outsourcing firms in Enugu, outsourcing firms in Port Harcourt, and a lot of them are going to pop out with their email address. You can reach out to them, tell them that please, I'm looking for a job in this particular industry or in this particular niche. What do I need to do? Tell you maybe some of them are, could be as nice as telling you that all right, just submit your CV alone. Some of them could tell you that okay, do this, do that. So always try to find out what are the requirements and go with it. Some of them have registration fees. Some of them can strike a bargain with you. Whatever it is that they're willing to do, just find out what are the requirements and then stick with it. Then I now talked about the CV itself. Just like I said, the CV is curriculum vitae. It means the course of life. It is something that summarizes all your achievements, all the things that you hope to be, all your education, your experience, your skills, and then it makes it easy for the job seeker to know that you're the best person for that job. Right now, the CV has four parts, just like I said. It has the part of the bio data. It has the part of the career profile or background summary. It depends on that. It's called different things. Some people call it career profile. Some people call it summary. Some people call it background. So it has that. Then it has the job experience aspect. It has the education aspect, and then it also has, lastly, it has the achievement where you sell your achievement or your certifications or institutes that you are in partner with. I'm in partnership with about two institutes. One is the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, and then the other one is the Nigerian Institute of Management. Right, so you can choose which other one that you want, and then that's that. So that will be all for today. And I told you not to send your CV alone. All right, always make sure that you can copy your cover letter and paste it on the body of the email, so that you know that yes, this is what it is. All right, so that's that. So again, drop your comments. I'm gonna this link is gonna be dropped on the Telegram group chat so that you can come and watch it as many times as possible. So you can come increase it to where you want, where you feel like okay, I made a point that you need. You can also ask questions on the Telegram group chat, and then I'll attend to them during my free time. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for giving us the platform tonight. I know you could be somewhere else, but you chose to be here. So thank you so much. All right. Do you have a pleasant night? Again, sorry, like I said, Ifoma is going to be coming on very soon. She's going to be teaching on LinkedIn optimization. I know that most people find LinkedIn very, very hard. So Ifoma is going to be teaching on that shortly. 8:30, the link will be dropped so you can come home. All right, thank you.